Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. Hold on. Okay, so you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter operations with decimals, and the lessons we're going to cover today are add and subtract decimals, multiply decimals, divide decimals, and estimate sums, difference, and products of decimals. So what are the decimals? What do you know about the decimals? Decimal numbers are the type of numbers that have the whole number and a fractional part separated by the decimal point, right? You note down the definition of the decimals. So decimal numbers is a type of number that have whole number and decimal portion separated by decimal point. So basically, for example, you have 17.49, right? 17 is the whole number, 49 is the fractional part, fractional, sorry, not uh, decimal part, sorry, not fractional, right? And here is the decimal point, that is 17.49, right? So we're going to see how do we add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals. Let's just start with add decimals, add and subtract decimals, right? So we're going to learn how do we add and subtract decimals. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. So you have to subtract 6.77 minus 2.19. So how do we subtract the decimals? Uh, the decimal, the subtraction is exactly same like you do the other numbers, right? We cannot subtract 7 out of 9, so you have to borrow 1. 17 out of 9 is 8. 6 out of 1 is 6, take away 1 is 5, and 6 take away 2 is 4, so it will be 4.58. The correct option is 4.58. Okay. The other example is you have to do subtraction. 4.42 minus 1.01. So how do you subtract? Basically, first of all, you have to line up the decimals, right? You have to line up to the decimal point. Decimal point would be one above the other. Then you can subtract, right? So 2 take away 1 is 1, 4 take away 0 is 0, and 4 take away 1 is 3. That would be 3.41, right? Okay, let's just do a, you have to add 2.26 and plus 5.12. So how do you add? You have to line up the number to the decimal point, right? Decimal points must be one above another. Then you can add like you add normal numbers. 6 plus 2 is 8, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 5 plus 2 is 7, right? Okay, we'll do practice questions later from the chapter, right? Okay, the next one is multiply decimals. Let's just see how do we multiply decimals. So decimal multiplication is exactly same like we do the other numbers, right? But here I think you have to multiply with the grid. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's start with the practice questions from add and subtract decimals. We do, then multiply. Okay, you have to add 0.26 and plus 0.12. So, which is the correct option? You have to add them, which is the correct option. Yes, very good. The correct option is 0.38. So, the correct option is you have 0.38. Okay, the next one is subtract 54.2 minus 39.6. So, how do you subtract? You cannot subtract 2 out of 6, right? So you have to borrow 1, 54.2 and 39.6. So you borrow 1, here you have 12 and here you have 3. 12 take away 6 is, you cannot subtract 3 out of 9, so you have to borrow 1 again. 12 out of 6 is 6, that would be your 4. 13 out of 4 is 9 is 4, and 4 minus 3 is 1, so that would be 14.6. The correct option is 14.6, right? Okay, the next one is you have to add 74.2 and 41.7. You have to add. So, which is the correct option? How do we add? And which is the correct option? The correct option is, yes, that is 115.9 is the correct option, right? Okay, subtract 3.5 minus 1.8. So, which is the correct option? So, which is the correct option? You cannot subtract 5 out of 8, right? So, you have to borrow 1. You have to borrow 1, you're left with 2 here and 15 here. So 15 minus 8 is 7 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So that would be 1.7. The correct option is 1.7. Okay, the next one is 9.94 plus 1.42. So which is the correct option? You have to add. Which is the correct option? That is 11.36, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. The next one is add and subtract decimals word problems, right? You have to do the word problems on your own. They are exactly the same like we just did, right? The next one is multiply decimals. Let's just start with, yes, here is you have to multiply using grid, right? Okay, use the grid to fill in the missing number. You have to find the missing number. You are given 0.3. You can see 1, 2, 3. The red ones are 3, right? The total block represents the 100. Now let's count the other one blue color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 rows here that represents 0.7. So the correct option is 0.3 times 0.7 is 0.21. The correct option is 0.21, right? Okay. The next one is the missing number times 0.7 equals 0.28. So which number is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 0.4. The correct option is 0.4 because 0 times 0.7 times 0.4 makes 0.28, right? Use the grid to find the missing number. So which number is missing? That is 0.7 times 0.9, right? You can count this one. This one is 9. So that is 0.7 times 0.9. That would be 0.63, right? Use the grid to fill in the missing number. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 0.5 times 0.5. 0.4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.5 it is. You can see for both the colors, 5 of the lines are colored, right? So that would be 0.5 times 0.5. Yes, that is 0.5, right? Okay, use the grid to fill in the missing number. So which is the correct option? You have to count the number, you have to count the squares that are colored with both the colors, right? So when you can count, they are 32, right? So that would be 0.32. 0.4 times 0.8 is 0.32. So the correct option is 0.32, right? Okay, the next one is zero point 0.5 times what number equals 0.35, which is the correct option. Very good, that would be 0.7. Okay, zero point 0.1 times what number makes 0.06? One thing you can notice here is, like for this one, the missing number is 0.6. 0.1 times 0.6, right? You can see they both have one decimal place. So when you multiply two numbers that have one decimal place, the answer must have 1 plus 1, two decimal places, right? You can even see the decimal places in the answer like this. Got it? So that is zero point 0.6. No, 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 not 0.06. You just count these lines, that is 0.6. 0.06 is the product of both the numbers, right? Okay, I forgot to click on the OK button. The next one is zero point 0.5 times 0.6. So which is the correct option? You have to count the columns that have the both colors, right? They are, because they both have one decimal place, right? The answer must have two. That would be 0.30 actually it is, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. The next one is multiply decimals and whole number word problems. You have to do the word problems on your own. Or I have already done with all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You can even search the channel and find the lessons there, right? The next one is divide decimals. 5.49 divided by 3. Okay, let's just divide without decimal, right? Long division method you have to use. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 take away 3 is 2. Bring the next down. 3 times 8 is 24. You have to bring the 9 down. And then 3 times 3 is 9. The correct option is, so when you divide it is 183. You have the decimal point right after one digit, so you have to put a decimal point over here. That would be 1.83, right? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? You have to multiply, right? You have to divide. I think it is in 2.33. Let me just divide 9.32. 4 times 2 is 8. 9 take away 3 is 1. How we are dividing without decimal, right? Then bring the next 3 digit down. 4 times 3 is 12. Then again you have to bring down the again 4.3 is 12, right? So that is 1.2333, right? So that is 1.33. The correct option is 2.3. Sorry, not 1 it is, right? Very good. Okay, the next one is 949.4 divided by 2. So which is the correct option? 1 or 2? The correct option is option number 2, right? Okay, the next one is divide. That is 130.1, right? The correct option is 130.1. Okay, 8.8 divided by 2 equals 8.8 divided by 2 equals, yes, that is 4.4. So the correct option is 4.4. Okay, 794.46 divided by 6 equals, that would be 132.41, right? Okay, 6.54 divided by 6 equals, the correct option is 1.9, right? The second option is the correct option, right? 1.09. Let me just divide. 6 times 1 is 6. Bring 5 down, but 5 is still less than 6, so you have to put a 0 over here and then bring 4 down. 6 times 9 is 54. Yes, you're right, that is 1.04. Okay, 85.6 divided by 2 equals, the correct option is 42.8 is the correct option, right? 205.2 divided by 6 equals, the correct option is 34.6, right? 34.2 it is, not 6. Okay, 7.34 divided by 2 equals, that equals 3.67, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just start with the next lesson. The next one is divide decimals. No, the next one is estimate divide decimals by whole numbers word problems, right? You have to do the word problems on your own. They are exactly the same we just did, right? The next one is estimate product, sums, differences, and products of the decimals. Okay, 4.39 plus 2.3. That is same as we do rounding, right? Okay, here you have right after decimal you have 3. 3 is less than 5, right? Four 4.39 is round when you round off the number. Right after decimal you have 3. 3 is less than 5, right? That means you have to round on the same decimal. 4.39 is rounded to 4. Then 2.3, right after decimal you have 3. 3 is again less than 5. You have to round on the same decimal. That would be 2. That means if you add, the answer is approximately 6. That is the estimated answer, right? Not the right one. So the correct option is 6. The next one is 0.52 times 4.94. Okay, 0.52. You can round off this number to zero point 0.5 or 0.50, right? And then 4.9. 9 is greater than 5. You have to round up, so it would be rounded off to 5. So 5 times zero point 0.5 is, That is 0.25, right? That would be 2.5, not 0.25, because you have to multiply 5 times 0.5, so that would be 2.5. Oh, that is 0.52. Hold on. 0.52. That is greater than 0.50. You can round off to 1. So it would be 5. The correct option is then 5. Okay. The next one is 7.51 times 8.57. So which is the correct option? 7.51 is 51 because it is greater than 50. So it is estimated to 8, and 8.57 is estimated to 9. So 9 times 8 is, that is 8 times 9 is, very good, that is 72. Okay, the next one is 7.7 times 6.6. So which is the correct option? You have to add them. Yes, it is 15. Very good. Okay, 6.13 times 7.55. So which is the correct option? You have to add. So the correct option is, that would be 48, right? 6 times 8 it is. Yes, it is 48. Okay, zero point 0.5 times 7.2. So which is the correct option? That is 7. The correct option is 7. 7.7 times 5.8. You have to multiply, right? Yes, it is 48. Very good. 6.89 times 6.79. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is 49. Okay, 6.7 times 6.5. Which is the correct option? Again, that is 49, right? Okay, 6.3 times 5.6. You have to add, so it would be 12. The correct option is 12, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we are working on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is operations with decimals, and the lessons we have covered today are add and subtract decimals. Add and subtract decimals word problems, you have to do them on your own. Multiply decimals and whole numbers word problems, you have to do the word problems on your own. Then divide decimals by whole numbers word problems, and then estimate sums, differences, and products of decimals. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for these lessons. This is your homework, right? So that's all for today. If you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So that's all for today. See you in the next session. If you have any question, you can please ask. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.